Welcome back, friends. Mark Peotter here. Today I thought I would share a few tips and modifications that you might consider for your professional gear. Tip number 1. Get yourself a nice guitar strap that's durable and strong for each and every guitar that you will be using. And alongside of tip number 1, tip number 2 is do not remove your straps if possible. Many years ago, people would buy inexpensive guitar straps. The leather connection points were soft and thin, and eventually they would literally wear out and develop large gaping holes. I remember one night watching a guy fix up his guitar strap and adjusting the height of it, and it disconnected right here, just fell right off. Luckily the guitar was not injured very much. There can be a problem with tip number 2, however, and that is if you're never going to disconnect the strap, you need to be able to put it away in its guitar case with the strap on. This particular case is probably my tightest fitting case of all. So here you see the guitar is inside the case with the strap still attached at both ends. So what I have to do is push the guitar slightly to one side to allow room for the strap to fit underneath it and to the side. Clear the edge. Tip number 3, label your cables, your microphones, your effects pedals. Not only do you want people to know that you own this piece of gear, but it also helps everybody on stage to identify which cable is you. This is good for the sound man, and this is good for your band members as well. My next tip is kind of more like a peeve. If you have to have your tuner clipped on at all times because you're constantly changing the tuning, or you feel insecure about being in tune and have to check it all the time, that's fine, but please don't put it on the guitar that way. Put it on upside down. So now the audience doesn't have to look at your little miniature satellite television set. Tip number 4. Learn how to do the over-under studio wrap. Don't just wind them around your hands and your arms and then throw them somewhere. This is how they get distorted, and eventually the cable inside, the wires inside, are going to break, and then your cable is no good. This guitar cable is 25 years old. It's been on hundreds of gigs, and it's probably good for another 25 years of use because I take good care of them. All right, here we go. I'm going to start like this. Just drape it over one hand. I take the other hand and I pull a circle like that. Okay, we'll call that over because it looks like it's going forward. Then we're going to measure how much the next circle is, and then we twist it so that it's underneath or backwards to the first turn. That's called under. Now we're going to go over, which means it's just going to go in the first direction. Then we're going to go under, which means it's in the opposite direction. See how there's kind of like a, you know how that works? Over, under, over, under, over, and under. Alright, so not only is this a good way to protect your cables from harm, but this is also the cleanest method to throw them on the stage without any tangles whatsoever. Okay, so let's demonstrate a stage throw of the cable. Here I am holding one side, the side that I started with, and I'm going to hold it in my right hand. I'm going to take the rest of the cable and actually throw it across the stage like this. And there you go. No tangles whatsoever.